Although they call me Durian Princess. Oh my God. Because durian, it's like a very well loved fruit in Singapore. How
I
can
was
you
young.
avoid durian in Singapore?
I was thinking like,
Yeah.
how.
And the business went crazy during COVID. My cake is very plain. I don't decorate my cake because I feel like the cake is so nice. Like you don't need any decoration. I don't need it to look good. I only need it to be plain. Please come and try my durian pastry. If putting my face as the brand will lower my marketing cost, I'm willing to do it. Durian pastry can be a lifestyle product as well. Singapore is being seen as a like a durian hub where people from Hong Kong, Indonesia, and China they are flying to Singapore for durian. Where durian is actually grown in Malaysia.
If Durian were a personality, how would you describe it?
Durian, it's really tough.
Hi everyone, welcome to Asia Business Owner Podcast, A-Boss for short. With the changing economy, especially after pandemic, do you ever wonder why business lifespan is getting shorter? Do you ever wonder what causes it? Are you one of the business owners who are in the midst trying to figure a way out? Or are you intending to start your own business venture believing that everything will work out but somehow you feel something is missing? Or do you want to start a business however you do not know what to go for? If you have all these questions on the list that I mentioned earlier or many more that I have not mentioned, then we are here to fill the gap.
Hi, this is Joe.
Hi, this is Ben. Okay, before we start the show, we would like to encourage everyone to do our free service by subscribing to our podcast so that we can invite more interesting business owners to come over to our podcast to share more interesting business and experience with you guys. So today we have one very interesting lady. And imagine from the king of fruits to the queen of reinvention. Today, we sit down with the second generation owner, Miss Durian Cafe, where heritage meet innovation. And every bite tells a story. Okay, now, I believe that durian probably will be something that we love very much, typically here in Singapore. And let's welcome Miss Ling to share with us more about durians. Hi, Miss Ling.
Hello. I'm Ling from Miss Durian. So Miss Durian is a brand that I started 7 years ago, just before COVID.
Okay. So just before COVID,
Yeah,
that means that
6 months before COVID.
oh, so what happened during the period of COVID?
Um, Surprisingly, COVID put us in a very good position.
Because
Yeah.
everybody wants to
So
eat durian at home.
actually, it coincides with my strategy because when I started Miss Durian, I do not have too much budget for this business. Although I'm the second gen, but when my dad wants to invest in the brand that I'm starting, I rejected him. I said that if it works, it's mine, and it fails, at least I didn't burn your money away lah. So I started Miss Durian with my own funds. And with the very limited budget, I rented a really ulu location, which forces me to do a lot of like online uh marketing and trying to push myself online. So coincidentally COVID came when I was like, when I figured out Google presence marketing, Facebook and Instagram. And we were pushing for same day online order for delivery. So just when I figured out, COVID came. And I remember the very first day of me having this queue in my little shop, at my little shop, was the first day where government announced that, okay, you can't go to your usual shopping mall anymore. Shopping mall are all shut down already. That's the first day my business took off actually. Very interesting.
That's an interesting story.
Yes. So
Luckily, in a way where you were somehow having an online platform prepared at the same time, correct? And that
yeah,
actually
because
helped
I
you
don't have
out.
the budget to rent a very good shopfront. I have to rent at a no footfall location.
So correct me if I'm wrong, COVID actually come in as a savior for you.
Yes, yeah, it is. I would say that before COVID, I mean, because durian, it's like a very well loved fruit in Singapore, right? So before COVID, it does. the business does take off, but in a very slow and steady manner. And the business went crazy during COVID. Yeah. I
Is
had
it?
this very vivid memory of, the lockdown. So there was one day where government announced the lockdown. We were in the shop. Before the lockdown, it was like growing very fast, but it wasn't that crazy. During the lockdown day, I remember we were watching the news of them announcing the lockdown. And during the lockdown, every minute order came in, every single minute. The
Every
the the
minute.
order just ting
For how
ting
many
ting
minutes?
off. So it really every minute the order just came in, and we had to shut off the system because I think everybody, while the lockdown is really uh everybody is panicking, and people buy toilet papers, like the toilet
Yeah.
paper ran out.
Yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
next thing they worry is they don't have a birthday cake for their upcoming celebration. So they have to search online and start ordering their birthday cake, trying to, like, try their luck to see if they can still celebrate in the period of lockdown. So that's where a lot of orders came in for us.
So during the point of time, some people are actually ordering more on just durian or the pastry that you are providing.
Durian cake. Yeah, they still want to celebrate.
So sometimes it's good also in a way where nothing better to do. The best thing to do is eat and eat more.
Yeah, so I mean, you are at home, right? Then there's nothing much to do. So yeah, that was the period of time where we were being put in a very good position because we are ready with our online system, and also we have some sort of like presence um
Right, Ling, just now
on
you
social media.
mentioned, yeah, just now you mentioned the same day delivery, right? Would that be, isn't that a logistical nightmare? It's like
Oh,
how do you manage that
that
part?
that is a logistical nightmare. But when I started Miss Durian, at that time, 2019, half a year before COVID, that is also a period of time where people still don't have that service. And me being a consumer, I always like to buy birthday cake last minute. So I was thinking, hey, if nobody is providing this service and me as a small startup, maybe that would be I can fulfill the demand, the need in that market where nobody serves. So that was where I think that it's a good point because we are really small, right? So what's come to worst, I will go and deliver myself.
Really, the gap is a good idea for sure. And I'm just curious, what is your earliest memory of durian business in your family?
So my dad started his business. So he's an OG of selling a durian seller in Singapore. The earlier day, I remember he told me he will be just paying bang su. It's called bang su. I don't know what it's called in English, but he will pay the owner of the durian tree some money, and the durian tree will belong to him for that period of time. So he will harvest from the tree, and then he will start selling the fruit. So that's the earliest stage of durian selling in Singapore, and my
So he
dad was one of
basically,
them.
yeah, he basically locked down the tree.
Yes.
Lah.
But it's a little like there's risk as well because of the weather, what's the yield, how many durian can you harvest from the tree and everything. So it's a little like a gamble. And yeah, lah, so my dad pays like, I don't know, at that point of time, maybe $50 to have one tree. The harvest belongs to him. So he will harvest when the durian are fully ripened, and he will sell. So that's where he started. And as much as I can remember, my dad has already been in the business for when I was in primary school. I remember after school, we will go to his shop to help out, to serve customers, coconut, pick up rubber bands from the floor. Because durian, like they have a lot of bands around, then they will just chop off, then the rubber will just fall on the floor. So our job at that time is to pick up rubber bands from the floor and to sweep the floor, and stuff like that to help. And my fridge will always have durian, and my dad will have durian for breakfast. So I thought it was like a normal thing to do.
You mean like breakfast or
For
bread with
breakfast,
durian as a what do I call it?
paste,
The
jam.
paste. Yes.
Oh no, he will just eat the fruit for breakfast. Yeah.
Wow. How fortunate.
Yeah.
This is something that we don't, not many people like us had the opportunity to have durian for breakfast.
Yeah. My dad
Yeah,
always
I'm
jokes
very,
that, huh?
I'm very curious as to how many trees does your dad have?
I wouldn't know because then eventually he will go into Malaysia and Pang Yuan, and own trees and everything. That was when I was still really, really young. I actually don't know what's going on. I only remember there will be queues outside my dad's shop. And yeah, my dad would just be working every day, coming home very late with supper after he finished selling all the durian, to celebrate the finish selling durian, he will buy supper, punggol nasi lemak, and like all the chicken wings and everything back for us. So yeah, we had I had this very love-hate relationship with durian.
Let me guess. So during young days at school, probably they will either call you Miss Durian or Durian girl.
Oh no, they call me durian princess. I totally don't feel that, but yeah, they call me that.
Oh, so right now you're the queen of durian.
I always joke that I'm the slave of durian. I'm nowhere close to queen.
Uh, okay, then what value or lesson from the first generation still got you today?
I think what resonates with me is, my dad always, when he was doing his own business, he always say that, oh, 诚信, credibility is the most important, the most valuable currency in doing business. And I didn't understand that until when I started Miss Durian. Yeah. And it's with me until now because in durian business, they call it 水很深. There's a lot of especially in the older day where there's no social media, there's no you cannot expose, you got cheated and you got exposed and stuff like that. So during the early days, my dad just believed that, being honest is the best policy, and if you cheat, you're gonna have lesser customer. The more you cheat, the lesser customer you have. So yeah, he carried that with him, and then I guess I inherited that. So when yeah so yeah, that's why we have been around for 7 years.
That's a very good
Totally
value to
agree with
have.
that,
Yeah,
yes.
credibility.
It,
Yeah.
it take years to build a reputation and credibility, and it only take one day, probably you can destroy it.
Yeah, so I'm after now that I start my business, I'm really impressed with my dad. Um, because it's not easy. It's easy to say, but it's not easy to run a business for over 50 years. My dad has run his business for over 55 years, I think.
Is he still in the business?
Oh yeah, he is, and he's doing live streaming every day.
Live
He's
streaming.
still Yeah, he's still
Wow.
very strong in the game. Yeah,
So
and he
you
got
still have,
7 kids.
huh? Oh, okay.
Seven
And
kids.
you are the youngest or?
No, I'm in the middle. I'm on the fifth. The fifth.
Amazing, amazing. So I hope you all both are not in a competition.
Friendly competition for sure. So when I started off Miss Durian, my dad really don't appreciate what I'm doing.
Why is that so? Yeah.
So when I started off, you remember I told you that I don't have much budget, so I rented a very ulu location. So I chanced upon that because the mall invited my dad to choose a space. So if my dad were to make a choice, he will probably choose at just beside NTUC where there is a lot of footfall. But I go opposite. So I rent the smallest, the irregular, and the cheapest space available. And my dad was making so much noise. He was like, "Why are you renting here? Like nobody's gonna pass by. We're gonna sell too." And I was like, "It's fine, it's my money, and I'll just if I make a mistake, I'm gonna be
Go on it.
responsible for it."
Mm.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And
What do you do
yeah,
before you start your own business?
um, I got my dad's approval with his blessing. Um, I was helping him then. I wanted to do online, and because his business had been around for 50 over years, so he have a lot of old time workers that has been with him that don't really can't wrap their heads around, like doing online and technology. And
Technology. Yeah.
yeah, and at point of time their business was really good as well. They find it unnecessary, so I started because I think there's still room to grow, and I started because I feel like durian pastries is very underexplored. So I asked my dad for his permission. I say, Papa, I feel like trying to do my own brand. And he happily said, oh yeah, sure, you can do your own brand. And I asked him for his permission to learn from his kitchen. So with his blessings, he allowed me to learn like all the recipes. He just opened his doors for me. He just like let me learn everything in his kitchen, and I started developing my own recipe. And when he saw my first cake, he hated it. Yeah, because my cake is very plain. I don't decorate my cake because I feel like the cake is so nice. Like you don't need any decoration. I don't need it to look good. I only need it to be plain. I can sell it. And my dad hates the idea.
Okay. Now,
That's
now,
like, who's
let's
gonna
try
buy that?
to piece the puzzle. Okay.
Okay.
Now, so that means that you actually learn pastry along the way.
Yeah, I wasn't a professionally certified pastry chef.
And your dad has a kitchen. So does he do pastries?
Yeah, he
Or is
did.
just okay.
So he started doing durian pastries maybe, I don't know, 40 years back.
Mm.
40 years back, but he was doing it in a more mama shop style. So more offline, he don't market. Business was good, and he started opening chain. So he have like outlets. I think that in a peak he will have about 15 outlets.
This
Yeah,
is
so
going to
it's
be
called
interesting now.
Yeah, so I thought he
uh,
was your
uh
supplier. So is he your supplier in a way as well?
no. I learned from his kitchen. He was supplying me because at that point of time our shop was really small. So he was supplying me some stuff because I couldn't handle everything in my own kitchen. And now we are doing everything ourselves.
Okay, now I understand your dad concern. Okay. Now having if my children was going to be another competitors of mine,
Mm.
definitely I would like to invest in he or her company.
I
Yes.
didn't allow him to do that.
Did he say that he wanted to invest?
Oh, definitely. He always like so during the small shop he asked me if I needed funds. I said no, it's fine. I'm fine. I'm really stubborn. Um I thought I could do better than him actually. And when I started this shop, the standalone cafe, he asked me if I needed funds as well. I said no, it's fine. I'll just
Nice.
deal with it myself. Yeah.
Is it because of ego or pride?
I think when you have an investor, irregardless whether it's your dad, you have to listen to that person. And I refuse to listen to him.
But in a way, he is also like your mentor, right? The way I
Exactly.
see
So
it. Yeah.
I started off thinking that I'm better than him, but no, it's not. I realized that he's like the best advisor ever. And whenever I choose not to listen to him, after a while I realized that okay, what he say makes sense. I did confess to him as well. Like when I started Miss Durian, I was only doing durian pastries. He always
Mm.
say that, hey, you need to sell durian, you need to sell durian. I said, no, I'm gonna sell durian cake and I'm gonna do good in selling durian cake. As we scale, I realized that okay, what he says is correct.
In
That
fact, in
it
fact, in
had
fact, we totally understand where you're coming from because why? Joe and I was in the coaching industry also. Joe mainly focus on leadership, and I focus on sales as well as management process on how to get companies sustainable. So it's like a shield and a sword. So you can't fight the war just with the sword alone, ma. You need the shield as well. Yeah. So that totally understand where you're coming from. And that probably bring us to the next questions, which is that the biggest challenge stepping into leadership as the second generations. What are the biggest challenge that you face?
wow, that's a tough one. Um, biggest challenge.
Hmm.
I think it's steering the direction of the company. So I would say that like the team needs a direction, and more often than not, as a owner and as a leader, we just kind of like wing it. You make decisions based on intuition. There's no there's no
There's no
not much.
playbook per se.
Yeah, there's no playbook. You make you would have, it's bound to make mistakes. The only thing that I can praise is the mistakes that I made, it's smaller compared to the right decisions that I've made. Yeah, so it's that. I don't know if I answered your question.
You're totally correct. I think along the line, there are a lot of challenges, a lot of new startup that we come across are facing. Giving direction is definitely one of them. Motivating the team is another one.
Definitely.
And how to expand and sustain the business probably will be the most challenging one that
Yes.
a lot are pretty lost at that. Yeah. So given without any guidance and any playbook, we can totally understand the kind of pressure, stress that
I think
we probably are
I think
having.
I'm lucky. I'm lucky to be the second gen. So even though my dad was not like financially involved in Miss Durian, but he's very much a guidance and a mentor for me. So I had the advantage of seeing the mistakes that he have made and the right decisions that he have made to to be where he is now. So it definitely helped me a lot avoid a lot of mistakes. And uh he when I always have a question, I'll go to him lah. So whether I'm gonna take his advice or not is another story.
That's
But
another
I'll
story.
definitely, yeah, I'll definitely listen to his opinion and then try to make the best out of the decisions lah. And yeah, you're right. Forming a team is definitely very very challenging now in the current situation. Yeah.
I think as a leader, usually what they face, right, is really the clarity of the vision. Yeah. And then trying to translate that vision into execution plan for each of the team members. And
Yeah.
everybody is different, right? Yeah. And there are
Yes.
introverts, there are extroverts, there are people who are more dominating, there are people who are more submissive.
Yes.
And
Yes.
it's
Yes.
how you communicate across that can actually rally the troops to fight the war for you. I think that's
Yes.
Actually, one
probably
key question that, talking about leaders, there's always this question that I always ask, which is like, what make people follow you?
Yeah. So, oh, that's a good question. Um, I there was one time I told my dad this. I said that if one day Miss Durian is gonna succeed, it's not because I'm capable. It's because I have the ability to make people that are more capable than me to work together with me. Yeah,
it's a very
and
good
I
point.
yeah, and I think there's a lot more than just paying them a good salary. You need to give them a stage to do what they
Oh,
do best. You need to trust them enough to allow them to make mistakes and learn alongside with them as well. And also, like what you just mentioned, the communication of the vision of where the company is gonna be for in the future for the next few years. I strongly believe that when I have a very strong culture and the vision, the right people will join and stay, and the wrong people will leave. I
that's
learned that
true.
through the along the way lah. So it's very hard to, everybody has got different characters, needs and wants. It's very hard to cater to everybody. And when you do that, it's gonna be very it's gonna be you can't be fair to everyone. Whatever you do, somebody is not gonna feel that you are fair to them, right? So that's where I started to tell myself that I'll build a strong culture. I will do what I think it's correct. And if the employee were to leave me, it's because he don't see the value that I'm building, and that's okay.
And what is the culture that you're trying to build? Are there
Mm,
certain guiding values, a few words here and there that actually shape your culture?
whenever an employee on board, I will always tell them that there's no politics, there's no favoritism. We want you to come to work happy, live happy, because you're gonna spend a lot of time with us, maybe more than your family members. So if you do some mistakes, we will address it professionally. If you get scolded, just remember that it is because you make a mistake. There's nothing personal. There's no shouting, we just treat each other with respect. Everybody make mistakes. We need to have each other's back. We cannot like different department, or I'm the ops team, or I'm the marketing team. So we fight out against each other.
It's one team.
Yes, it's one team, and you have to know that there will always be conflict of interest, but you just have to deal with it. Yeah. So I try my best to make sure everybody feel it's, even if they make mistakes, we try to kind of like work around it together with them. Yeah. So that's where I orientate them. Of course, along the way there will be people that thinks that if they are nice to me, I'll be extra nice to them, but it will never happen. I always tell them that I'm in the lowest ranking in the company, so there's no use to be nice to me.
I think it's good that you created the psychological safety for them to maybe make a few mistakes along the way, but then at the end of the day, I think as long as the mistake is not too costly and it doesn't contradicts to the culture that you're building, then it's fine.
Yeah, I always
there's-
put myself in their shoe.
I think there's some point that you mentioned earlier on, which is that you're the lowest ranking among the team and so on. However, on the psychological side, team members somehow still regard you as the leader, as the boss, no matter how good or how bad your
Yeah.
performance is, right?
Mm.
And that's something that you can't change. And psychologically, they are obliged to be nice and be good to you.
Yes.
So this is something that I always tell business owner, like you can't expect that your team member to treat you like friend. I mean,
No, we don't do
some rare
that.
case probably yes, but then that's the rare case. Yeah. So if not majority, you realize that all the employee, all their team member, they probably will go for like you're the boss. Or for them to tell you everything, to share with you everything, I don't think that is
So
possible.
I don't expect them to do that, but I also tell them that we fight the war together side by side. Um yes, there will be everybody have their own things to complete. Sometimes it seems like my job is easier, but the ones that's with me for long enough, they will know that I do my best. I tell myself, don't be the weakest link in the group, because I am very lucky. Uh I have good people joining me that works really hard. So I always tell myself that, hey, they are really doing their job. So your job, my job is to move the needles. So I will always, if I have time, I'll just sit back and think about what's next. So every 2 years, I will revisit our goal, and I'll just share with them, like, okay, what's the next 2 years gonna look like?
In fact, I've been to Miss Cafe once before, and a very interesting layout that Church is having. And surprisingly, that was a ex-police station, neighborhood
Yes.
police station.
Yeah.
And another interesting thing is that I realized her team member, or generally I would say very young.
Yes.
Ah,
I think I'm one of the oldest. Yes.
in fact, the age is not an issue. I would say you probably have some leadership in the pipeline that you would like to groom and probably
Yes.
grow there along the way.
Yeah. And they are really young.
Okay, really young is like, can you give me a age window?
So when I started off, my current operations manager joined me on the first year when she was 18. So now as an operations manager, she's 24.
Okay, right.
Wow.
Nice. But she has all the real life experience already. So I mean, yeah, the age doesn't really matter.
She fight the war with me, I have to say that.
Yeah.
Hey, can we sidetrack a
Nice.
little bit? I'm just wondering, running a cafe, do your team need to understand the knowledge of durian very well? Like, differentiate like is this Mao Shang Wang? Is it what the
Oh yes, definitely.
so they have to go through the test before they are sort of like confirm them as a staff?
No, we don't have that. We have a guy that has got over 20 years of experience. He was working for my dad previously.
Mm.
During
So
your
yeah,
days.
that's the unfair advantage, right? I have I have his one of his wingmen to join me.
General.
Yeah. So he knows exactly how to do durian because durian it's really tough, really, really tough. So we orientate the front of house, the service crew, to know how to differentiate different durian, whether it's sweet, bittersweet, in based on appearance. But
Wow.
to
Oh.
choose durian, to really know, look at the durian and know where the durian is from, the variety of durian, it's not something that you can just take a test and pass it. It takes
Oh,
years.
it's a skill.
Yes, it is a skill.
Okay,
Yeah.
that lead me to
So
another question. Does all type of durian are suitable to do pastry?
no, not at all. Not at all. I've tried. I've tried. So we are using Mao Shanwang to do durian pastries now because it's the most suitable, in terms of the taste and the texture. I personally, my favorite durian is not Mao Shanwang, it's Golden Phoenix. Have you all heard about it? Golden Jingfeng. Okay, so
We
Golden
confess,
Phoenix is a
no, we
kind.
didn't heard of it.
You should come to my shop more often from now onwards. I'll teach you on it.
Oh, I
So
have
I
a
really
confession. I have not had
ah
durian for I think
oh
30 years.
wow, that's a long time. Why? How
I
can
was
you
young.
avoid durian in Singapore?
I was very young that time. I think I was in poly first or second year, and then we were drinking beer, and then I just tell my friends, hey, let's have some durian while drinking beer, and then after that, right, it's like I have the worst hangover ever.
I think it's
It's
not
like,
because of durian, Joe.
God.
It's because of the
yeah,
beer. Wrong beer
it's
you
because of the
drink.
Beer
beer.
and durian,
Yeah.
you cannot have it together excessively. You won't die, but yeah, you're gonna feel bad.
Yeah, it's like 3 days hangover, and then I never touched durian after
God.
that.
I thought you might
Okay.
say that you don't want to try beer, but you don't try durian. Hey, how could you?
Yeah, so do you still drink beer now?
Oh yes, I'm a beer lover lah.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah.
okay. Let's move to another question, which still along the line of the pastry. Okay, aside from filling up the gaps, what inspired you from selling durian to create a cafe experience with drinks and pastries?
I think in the market, there's no one brand that's really focusing on durian pastries. And I think I always see durian as the next chocolate. I feel like durian pastry can be it can be a lifestyle thing, just like coffee and chocolate, where, it becomes part of our life as a lifestyle product now. I always feel like durian pastry can be a lifestyle product as well. And not, I would say that there's very little brand. All the brands that is doing pastries are from durian. So they do durian, they have durian paste, and then they do durian pastries. So I went the other way. I started with durian pastries because I feel like it's very underexplored. Nobody really do it. Like nobody really treat it as a standalone business. And when I was exploring this idea, I engaged a few consultants. But I realized that there's no experts in durian pastries. You can find people teaching you about chocolates or mainly cakes or shoe pastries, but you can't find anyone that can advise you on durian pastries. I would say 10 out of 10 are not familiar with durian. So
Okay.
yeah,
Now,
Are you going to start a training academy or a training school to teach people how
no,
to do?
it's not in my mind. I don't think I'm there, but yeah, when I was like looking for advice, looking for, like if for example, if I open a bubble tea shop, I'll look at Koi, I'll look at Cha Tea and everything. And if I open a chocolate shop, I'll look at Awfully Chocolate. But when it comes to durian, there's no, brand that I can look upon. And then I look back, there's my dad. I can always, depend on my dad. So yeah,
at least something for you to fall back, is it?
at least then I know that my dad is like like really the pioneer in doing like durian pastries, and that's where I learn from the outside, learn from his kitchen, combined with what I believe in, and yeah, that's Miss Durian.
Okay. Now let's come to business point of view. We realize that there is this funny trend, especially here in Singapore. Whatever one business succeed, right? Others follow very fast. Do you foresee that will happen to your industry?
No.
Oh, why not?
Um, Durian, it's not something for one, I think when it comes to durian, the supply chain is not that mature. It's not like if I want to buy durian, I can get it. If I want to buy good quality durian, I can get it. You need connections to a certain extent. Like I remember last year was the year because durian supply goes fluctuate very violently. The price fluctuate violently as well. So if you notice, you go into restaurants, even if they try to sell some durian pastries or as a dessert, you realize after a while they will stop selling it. Yeah, because for one, the cost fluctuate. For two, the supply quality fluctuate as well. You know, so it's not something like, oh, you want to do it, you can do it. Actually, it's not.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of variables, and how do you manage the variables? It's like if you
So
can't hedge the price, and how do you manage them?
um, yeah, that's where my dad's that's an unfair advantage, lah. So my dad has been in the business for that long. We do some forecast, and yeah, if we fall short, then we take a hit, but we still can survive. Yeah, but
Mm.
then we do have forecasts, and we do know how to keep durian, the quality. How should we be storing durian? How do we project? How much durian do we need for the next 6 months before the next season comes, and everything. So it's like the whole ecosystem. I'm just building like a brand, and I'm starting to slowly pick up bit by bit of the ecosystem that my dad has built, and make it my own. But if you are saying that a new somebody look at me, I would say that there's people that visited me, even other brands, the bosses, they have visited me before. Yeah, my customer told me like, oh, do you know that one is the boss of which brand? Like that.
Ah,
Yeah. Even Golden Moments, a brand that I looked up to when I started, he came and say hi as well.
nice. You are
Yeah,
making a
so
name in the market.
yeah, hopefully. But I would say that it's also always friendly competition. There's no one business that can dominate the market. At least that's what I feel. And we are always like sharing information. We do text each other. Yeah.
Mm.
Mm.
I think that's the way to go now, because I think end of the day, the market is big enough for everybody's participation. And based on what I've uh listened to you earlier, I think it's the entrance to the market is probably not that easy.
It's not
And
that
with
easy.
yeah, it's not that easy. And with the pricing fluctuating, the quality fluctuating, there's a lot of variables. It's not easy. You're in this for a long game. It's not a
I
business that you hit and run type.
A fun fact, I thought when I started this business, I thought I would just do it as a part time. So I was in real estate for 10 years. Life was good. And I decided to do this. And I was like, oh my God, what did
Oh,
I
from
got
real,
myself into?
oh goodness, from real estate to cafe. Oh, that's a very big jump.
Oh yeah, it is. From very good life
Uh-huh.
to working 12 hours a day and like 7 days a week and not making money, it's a shock for me.
Hey, Joe, she
All
was
entrepreneurs go through that shock. Yeah.
yeah,
My
Joe,
God.
when Ling was mentioned about the barrier and here and there, but along the line, she actually have quite a number of help along the way as well. And that aligned with the book that I wrote, okay, the business cancer, which is that never work alone, which apparently we realize a lot of SME or even new startup, they like to do everything on by their own without thinking that the public collaboration would work even better and create better results. Come, let's come to something more interesting. I always like food, lah. So I always like to ask a lot of things about food. Okay, you have so many products. What product
Mm.
surprise you the most in terms of customer love?
Durian kaya toast.
Ooh.
Yeah,
that's
you are
surprising.
surprised as well.
Yes. I thought it would be like a cake will be something that is like a wow, something that tastes is different, or even like durian coffee whatsoever. But kaya
Yeah,
toast. Okay.
yeah. So durian cake has been our best seller. There's no surprise that people love it and it's our, champion product. But what surprised me a lot is the durian kaya toast. So when we were doing it, again, my dad is my inspiration. He always say that he want to do durian kaya toast, but he never had time to do it. So I was like, okay, let's try. I'll try to do it and see if it happens. And ever since I launched it, he will come and visit me every week, not for me, but for the durian kaya toast. And he has been promoting the durian kaya toast for me. So everybody that comes in and try it, I was like, oh my God, I didn't know that durian and toast can come together. I was like, yeah, I'm surprised as well, but it's really good. And everybody that tries it, they love it.
It's very interesting. Like, okay, I did a lot of food pairing with beer, sake, wine, and so on. And correct me if I'm wrong, you probably have some challenges with durian kaya toast and the choice of coffee.
Oh, definitely. So when we started off, we already know that coffee don't really go with durian.
Hmm.
Mm. So that's why we go for the less acidic um bean, more robusta type of beans, so that it's stronger and it goes better with durian. The very
Ah.
floral Arabica coffee beans doesn't actually goes very well with durian. So yes, we looked at that.
So which means that the tea go well as along as well, right? Like gray ale or and I don't think that Chinese tea will pair well. Yeah.
The Chinese tea that pairs well with durian is the white peony, 白牡丹.
Oh, because
Yeah,
of nose.
lighter. Yeah, so
Mm.
acts like a palate cleanser, but we do have something that's unanimous. We have the lemongrass pandan. So we use fresh lemongrass and pandan to brew it into a tea. So that acts as a palate cleanser and goes pretty well with durian as well.
Wow, interesting. So you guys actually pair up and sell it in a set.
Yeah, we do.
You have durian coffee as well, right?
Yes, we have, and it take me so long to do it.
Want to share a little bit more about your durian coffee?
Sure. So the first time I tried durian coffee was in Penang. Before I started Miss Durian, I searched online for all the durian pastries available in Malaysia and Thailand. So I travel to different shops to try to see if I stand a good chance, with whatever that I understand about durian pastries and whatever that my family is doing. And durian coffee is something that's really surprised me. I tried that in Penang and I always wanted to do it. We tried for many months. We tried with espresso, and the espresso actually altered the taste of durian very much. It cannot, espresso and durian cannot go together. So in the end, after many rounds of trial, we tried with a different base. So we tried with cold brew. We used cold brew coffee to infuse the durian in the cold brew and steep. And after we get all the flavors out already, then we sieve out the fiber. So it's a very smooth cold latte.
Interesting. So how long does it take for you to complete the trial and error?
Months, many months. I lost count. I mean, we didn't count, but it really take us very, very long to go through the process. And the guy that go through this process with me is not with us anymore. But yeah, credit goes to him. I have this idea. I say, hey, let's do this durian coffee. I really, really think that it's something that is not available in the market, because in the market now, a lot of durian coffee it's just instant packets. They just kind of like mix with hot water. But that more often than not is more of like either dehydrated durian or durian essence. So I believe in not using any essence or flavoring at all. So it take me many months and him to come up with this durian coffee. And fun fact, durian coffee is a product with the least profit margin.
Sorry.
It is. I was like, oh. So it's something that we do because we love durian and we have a passion there. We really want this to happen, but it's not something that makes us money.
but you still keep that in
That keeps us survive, like give us our survival money. Sorry.
Most of your products, they are pastries, right? That means the shelf life is actually pretty short, right? What is the product with the longest shelf life that you have?
No. Actually, our products are freshly made. We are now trying to test to see if we can drag the shelf life, but that will take us another 1-2 years before we can have the answer for you. At the moment now, everything is freshly made and we sell and make. So yeah, the turnover is pretty
Then if that's the case, it's limited to the Singapore market only, right? Any future plans for overseas expansion?
We do have people looking for us to to expand overseas, but my answer to them is we are not ready yet. I think that we are not strong in terms of our foundation yet, like the team, if it's exciting, the idea is exciting, but then it takes a lot out of the whole team to expand. So now we are really focusing on the team, getting new people in to expand the
We
team.
want to consider a fractional CEO, COO kind of things to help you out.
Uh, I'm open to suggestion. I'm open to explore, but then I think we are. I think it's still a little early. I think we are too small to really hire a professional CEO in at the moment.
In matter of fact, why I bring this out is that last week I was attending a event, so we have a topic about sharing on the fractional role, like CEO, COO, CFO, and so on. And interestingly, these days a lot of SME engage all these professional role to help them out to grow. Reason being because many thought that okay, I'm at this stage that probably I'm not looking into any professional role to help us out on that. But apparently that's not true. These days, a lot of SME or even the solo entrepreneur, they already start and plan to look for someone in that particular fractional role to assist them and give them some advice and how to execute in a way where they can actually grow much faster. Quote you one simple example. I did come across company where they are having a reason of manpower issue that they may not be able to grow as fast as what they have in the plan. But however, when I was sitting down and diagnosed the whole situation, I told him that it's not about the team itself. If you're looking into growing your company just based on your team alone, you'll never grow. You need to look outside the company. Yeah. So there's a lot of opportunity and solution for it. If you want to grow fast, if you want to build your brand fast. Yeah. So that's the reason why a fractional or professional are very handy. And be honest, they're actually not that expensive and costly as what many think they are.
Actually, if you want the context, I have somebody who basically runs the company based on like fractional CEO, CMOs. So he has a bench about 2,000 over professionals who are really ex-practitioners. They have the experience in running businesses, running teams. Yeah. So they just put them into the company and then help the founder or the business owner to streamline processes and then make it running more efficiently and effectively. Yeah. I mean, if you're keen, I'm happy to introduce and you guys can have a chat on it. Yeah.
Then,
So
then the next stage of country to invest probably in Japan, where Joe right now stationed in.
Japanese cannot take durian, unfortunately.
I
You
think
never
I
know, you
would
never know.
I would say that the people that look for us is from China, from Indonesia, and from Malaysia as well.
Yes, I think that Indonesia currently are one of the main focus market as well. And that goes along with Vietnam. I think there's also a very growing potential country that a lot of investors are looking into.
Yeah.
Okay, let's skip this one. Okay, let's go for another question that is more challenging. Many SME owners are really interested in is that especially for F&B industry. Now, running an SME in Singapore is not easy, especially for F&B, and it's very tough. So what is one resilient lesson you learned?
Wow. When I read the question, I was like, okay, wow, this one is, I need to think about it. So, I would say that you have to move fast. You have to adapt to the market really fast, and you have to try.
So
Why do I say that?
in your context, it's like moving fast means to say that try out a lot of products, a lot of different
No,
pastries.
no, not try a lot of products. So let me put it this way. The challenges in the F&B market, right, is unanimous. Rental, rental, high manpower costs, rising raw material costs, right? And what makes a difference when it comes to different F&B, I think is um so let me go back a little bit. There are two kinds of costs in F&B, variable cost and fixed cost. So variable cost is as you sell, you incur the cost. Raw materials, packaging, and transaction fees, platform fees, transaction fees, right? So it's like there's a standard percentage. So raw materials will eat up 30 to 35%. And then what's that cost? Packaging would easily go 5 to 10%. Then and then platform fee, transaction fee 2 to 4%, for example. So that's
Yeah.
a cost where you will incur and it will never change. Another cost will be the fixed cost. Fixed cost is rental, manpower. Manpower fluctuate a little bit, but let's just keep it as a fixed cost. Utility. All these costs will never change. And a lot of a lot of SME owners, including myself, were stuck in a point where all these costs is a fixed percentage on our products. Rental will be 10%. Manpower will be 30%. Utility will be 5%, something like that. So, but they've but there's one thing that's different that makes a difference, and that is your volume. As your volume goes up, your rental actually don't go up. Your manpower fluctuate a little, but doesn't it's not in proportion, and your utility doesn't fluctuate that much as well, not significant. So all this, right, percentage will move down as your volume goes up. Mm. And I think that's a game where a lot of chain business they are playing. They then we question ourselves, why are they giving so much discount? Are they making money and stuff like that? And it the mindset is that the more I sell, the fixed cost drop in terms of the percentage when it comes to my product cost, right? So I think that's very important to know. And then when it comes to trying adapting fast is because in the current market, right? So maybe in my time where 7 years ago, Instagram marketing and Facebook marketing works very well. Google marketing works very well as well. And at that point of time, there's not much of the concern about privacy. But nowadays, if you look at Google and Facebook, they remove a lot of keywords. They are more protective against the identity of the consumer. You can't target that specifically anymore. So the efficiency drop, ROI drop. Last time, maybe every dollar I spend, I get $10 of sale. Then it became $20 I spend, I get $10 of sale. And it became 30, 40, $40 I spend, I get $10 of sale. And that's unsustainable. And that's why a lot of business, F&B business, they cannot they cannot adapt. They don't understand that this happens and they continue to spend a lot of money on advertisement. And I suffer as well. But then I think I think I was like questioning myself, why is this happening and what is my next step? And I've got a friend that tells me, why don't you try TikTok live? So initially I was trying to engage my friend to do TikTok live for me. And my friend said, why don't you do it yourself? You are the owner, you do it yourself. I was like, okay, I'll try it. So I started doing live streaming 2 years ago. And then I remember the first day I was doing is just zero viewer and me talking to myself. I look like an idiot. But I figured that, SME owners, we have very limited resources. And then I just continue to try. And I realized that it's so much more efficient it's very, very efficient in terms of getting my name out there, getting sales. It's very immediate. I do live stream today, I get sales today. I get people coming in because they saw my live stream and they are curious of what Miss Durian doing. They come in and try today. After I did it and the business get better, a few of my F&B friends asked me, is it good? You know, how are you doing and everything? I say it's wonderful. Just do it. I will do it for you. You just start your live stream. I will start one live stream for you. And nobody does it. Many of my F&B friends did not choose to step in. A few of them are camera shy. A few of them just felt like, oh, you know, I think it will cheapen the brand. But to me, it's like, it's survival. We do it and we decide if we want to continue to do it later, you know. So that's why I'm saying that, you know, you have to adapt fast, adapt to the market. Your product is good. Good product is a given. No good product, 你做什么都没有用. Good product is a given, you know. And how do you get your words out there? How do you get people to know? And how much does it cost you to get people to know you have a good product? That's the that's the yeah that's it. So yeah,
I think that's
that's
valuable, very valuable advice. A lot of people is like they have a lot of ideas, right? But in terms of
yes.
execution, right, they don't even dare to take the first step. I struggle
Yeah.
that
So
myself. It's like I'm a fiercely private person. Yeah. So when we wanted to start this podcast, I was thinking, it's like, hey,
yeah,
how?
honestly, I don't have a social media account before I started Miss Durian. I don't really enjoy putting myself out there as well. And for the first 3 years, starting Miss Durian, when people want to interview me, I will never do it. I'll just feel like the brand can go by itself. But then on the fourth year, I decided that, okay, if if putting my face as the brand will lower my marketing cost, I'm willing to do it.
I
And
totally
I
agree
do
with
a
you
lot of
on your
stupid
point.
things.
Seriously, because I think the reason why a lot of business owners are not willing to step forward and face the camera, mainly they still have this very traditional mindset. Yeah, do correct me if I'm wrong. And they're still thinking that by building my brand based on advertisement, based on my team going around doing sharing, yeah, that's how things work. But apparently they've forgotten that that worked during the time where we are in an era of enclosed economy, where information is not easily accessible. Yeah, not like now where we have social media. One small thing you realize that, oh wow, you know, the whole world know about what happened. So having business
Yeah.
owners stepping forward these days, I think it's a very, very important role that they actually should go into.
Yes.
Yeah, we look at company like Apple last time. So we have Steve Jobs keep going, you know, stepping in front of the camera, doing the sharing. And now these days we have Elon Musk from Tesla. He also stepped forward, you know, to do the sharing here and there as well, even for NVIDIA, see? Yeah, he also stepping forward to Jensen Huang. Yeah, so he also
Yeah, yeah.
stepping forward. So this is something that actually give out the signal that business owner these days shouldn't, you know, stay behind the door and thinking that oh, we can earn the profit revenue quietly without no one aware. And too bad, this kind of things is probably in the past.
Mm.
So these days you have to open up. People want to see your face. People want to know who you are. Yes, business
And
owner
that
equals
and
to the
that builds
brand.
the credibility, and the values
Yes.
that your dad pass on to you. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, and it takes a lot less effort to make people trust you when the owner step forward to, you know, say, hey, this is my brand, please give it a try,
Yes.
than to just pay some media influencers to endorse for your brand. I think there's too much. Or also, I think the consumer behavior also changed. Last time it was very useful, but nowadays people get a little more skeptical and they want and now because I think a lot of people they are so immune to advertisement already, they will prefer stories, you know, from the business owner. And I think that's what is working now. And but I wouldn't know if it's gonna be the same for the next next.
That's why your website is also very story based, right? So it's essentially your brand business.
Yeah, so we just have to keep on trying new things and see what works, what doesn't. I was trying to make viral video I wear costumes to do delivery on Mother's Day. Heart-shaped costume, say hello and everything. It was so awkward. The video actually didn't go viral, stuff like that. So whenever I see people doing something and I thought, oh, it actually maybe it will work, I will do it. And it fails lah, I just look silly, that's all.
Hey, I realized one thing about going on camera is that the ladies are more prone to do that. Whereas for guys, somehow, I don't know why, they are more camera shy and are quite resistant in, go in front of camera to introduce themselves and the company and products. I'm not so sure whether because of they are not confident about the way they look. So that's why I was sharing Joe way before this podcast started that I start to bring in some skincare product for guys. Yes, hopefully that help them to improve their confidence.
Actually, you're right. The few business owner that asked me that knows that TikTok does really help with the business are all guys and they all want to do, but they all have yet to start.
Okay, come, let's ask another question that is very interesting. I think everyone want to know. Now, how do you see durian culture evolving in Singapore and beyond?
Oh, that's a big question for me. I think durian has been a big part of Singaporeans' lifestyle. It's like a bonding, we bond over durian, we eat durian after dinner on the floor, like, newspaper trying open durian and eating together. I think durian and durian pastries are slowly evolving into a little more lifestyle, which is what I I I would like to see. Where you just want to have a coffee, you want to have a coffee with a slice of durian cake kind of thing. So it's more like a not a seasonal thing anymore. I think durian is gonna be all year round thing moving forward. And it's interesting that Singapore is being seen as a durian hub where people from Hong Kong, Indonesia, and China, they are flying to Singapore for durian. Where durian is actually grown in Malaysia. Yeah, so Singapore is like a trusted brand, right? People trust that, Singapore it's provide you with good quality durian. So yeah, durian is eventually gonna be an all year round thing, lah. Plus durian pastry is gonna be a lifestyle thing.
Talking about culture, we are going to have mooncake festivals coming in very soon in a few months' time. Will you be consider doing Miss Durian mooncake for the
Yeah, we
market?
do, we do.
Mhm.
We do that, but we do it in very limited quantity. So usually it's being ordered by our regulars and some of our corporate customers. They'll just order and yeah, because we can't do much. Just
So
like
it's a
we will do a
it's
few
a
hundred boxes a
so
year
so it's
and
so it's like a limited editions.
yeah.
Oh,
Have to
Yes.
brand it that way, nah? Yeah. So
yes.
scarcity creates demand.
It wasn't intentional. So it's very interesting that the scarcity selling tactics was something that I think it works, but I never had the heart to do it. Even like Mother's Day, we were telling ourselves that okay, after we sell 100 cakes, we'll just stop. And no, it will never happen. We'll just continue to do. Oh, you want to order? Okay, lor, I slot you in. I slot you. I slot you. So we
Okay,
don't have that
come,
mindset.
come. Next
Yes.
question. When I
Mm.
come up with these questions, I really want to laugh about it. But then, well, pondering whether to ask you or not. But I still slot it in. If durian were a personality, how would you describe it?
I was thinking of how to answer this question, and I did not think it's so cheesy. Um, so durian looks intimidating,
Mm.
cold and intimidating. Um, and it's a tough nut to crack. So in terms of character, it's probably very hard to get close to. Um, but when you open it, I guess it's exclusive and it's worth it lah. It's a loyal, you know, loyal to you and it's worth it.
So it's something like don't read a book by its cover. When you open
Yes,
up, either you like it or hate it.
yes. It's an acquired taste.
Oh, that's a good way to put it. Yeah. Maybe I should try durian again
You
after
should
30
try
years.
again. Yes. You can go easy on yourself. You can try durian pastries first.
Uh, Good one.
So when are you coming back on the next trip, Joe?
No plans yet.
Okay, now what is your dream for Miss Durian Cafe in the next 5 years?
I hope for Miss Durian to be a household brand in Singapore, and possibly we will go overseas. Yeah.
Okay. So by then, probably the Miss Durian Cafe here will become the Mrs. Durian Cafe.
It's a MS Durian, so irregardless, I will still be able to bear the MS. So initially, I wanted to call it MISS,
Eh?
Miss Durian.
MISS. Okay. So you
So it's
become
MS, it's unanimous.
that's good one. Okay. So before we end the podcast today, do you have anything to share with our audience?
Wow, that question is not in the. So I guess, please come and try my durian pastry.
Any specific thing that you like to encourage our audience to go over to Miss Durian Cafe to try?
Come and try our durian pastries. We are very proud of it, of the ingredient that we use to make our durian pastries, and we promise that we don't use any artificial coloring and flavoring. It's just only premium ingredient. So the people that have tried have loved it, and I think everybody should come down and try it for once at least. And give me an honest opinion. I can take criticism.
Is there
Okay,
any
so for just one final question. So for all the aspiring business owners out there, what would be one advice that you will have for them?
Hmm. I don't think I should be giving advice. I'm not at that stage yet, but I would think that you have to um, if you are in it already, okay, if you are in it already, like you are starting your own thing, right? You have to do fast, fail fast, learn fast, and you have to do it again. You have to just keep on repeating this process over and over again until you get it. There's no other way. I don't think so.
Fantastic.
Okay,
Good
that's a good
advice.
one. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Okay.
So where can people find you actually? Are
Okay.
you on socials? Your TikTok? Do you have a
Yes.
handle for that? Yeah.
Yeah. We are called Miss Durian Pastries on Instagram and Miss Durian SG on TikTok. MS Durian on TikTok. So come and chit chat with me during my live stream.
Yeah, we'll put it in the show notes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, now from a humble durian store to a cafe that redefines tradition, Miss Durian Cafe reminds us that legacy isn't just preserved, it's reinvented. And just like the durian itself, bonus leaves a lasting taste. So that's all for today, guys. And do remember to subscribe us, follow us, and remember that the next show will be even much more interesting. And we hope to see you at Miss Durian Cafe soon.
Okay, I'll see you both, okay?
Thanks, Ling.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.